unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes on the score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
It's the opening game of Week 18 in the British Basketball League, and welcome to viewers in the UK and right across the USA. Tonight's game comes from the Copper Box in Olympic Park as the London Lions take on the Sheffield Sharks. The focus has now turned to playoff qualification. London, they're sitting pretty at the top of the league, and Sheffield, they need to put together a run of results to qualify as high as possible. So calling this one is Joel Osborne and Leicester Riders head coach Rob Paternostro.
Thanks, Jeanette. Yes, welcome to the Copper Box Arena in Olympic Park as the London Lions host the Sheffield Sharks in the British Basketball League Championship. London's loss to Cheshire in the trophy final would have dented their ego, but now back in championship action, they have renewed vigour in the league with a pair of wins against Newcastle and Plymouth last weekend. Tonight they face Sheffield for the first of two meetings against the Sharks in the next 4 days. Meanwhile, Sheffield are 4-6 in their last 10, and after a disappointing loss to the Scorchers last week, they'll be intent on getting their run into the playoffs back on track. Weather and travel issues have led to a late arrival for coach Atiba Lyon's side. He needs just one more victory to notch up 150 away wins, and he'll be hoping that the new additions to his roster can get the dub against a red-hot London Lions. It's the London Lions taking on the Sheffield Sharks live from the Copper Box, and tip-off is just under 15 minutes away. Very warm welcome to you at home. Joel Osborne alongside Leicester Riders head coach Rob Paternostro to talk you through this one. And coach, how do you see this game playing out here this evening?
Well, it's hard to see past the London W. They've been so dominant this season, but the Sharks are looking to change their fortunes. They've been struggling of late. Let's see what they have tonight.
Let's talk a bit about London Lions. I mean, they're sitting top of the championship right now. 10 wins clear of second place right now.
Oh, yeah. They've been dominant. I mean, you look at that roster, you understand why. They have so many players. They're so deep, and they've done such a good job on the offensive end. You're going to have to put up a lot of points to beat this team.
And at the other end of the court, Sheffield Sharks, they've struggled on the road in recent weeks, but they'll be looking to finish as high up as possible in the league standing in the race for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it. They've really struggled on the road this year. They've been really good at home, so let's see if they can get something going tonight. Obviously, a tough matchup, but coming off that game against Surrey last week, which was a disappointment, you expect them to be ready to go tonight.
Which team do you feel that this game is more important for tonight, coach?
I think Sheffield, and not so much about winning and losing, and obviously they want to get the W. They want to play a lot better than they did last week. You know, disappointing game down in Surrey, so, you know, you always want to come back and have a better performance. London in such a great position, you can't really see anyone catching them, but as always, they put a formidable team on the floor.
Well, tonight is the first of a jam-packed weekend of British Basketball League action coming your way. It's our busiest weekend yet, a total of 9 games happening up and down the country. Here's a look at all the games that will be broadcast on YouTube. The league table even, London Lions, they are 10 wins clear, as we mentioned at the top of the programme. Sheffield Sharks, one of 4 teams on 11 wins right now in the championship. And let's take a look at the fixtures. As we mentioned there, 9 games going on up and down the country this weekend. It's a feast of hoops here on the British Basketball League. Of course, Robert Panestro's Leicester Riders taking on Plymouth tomorrow night on YouTube. The game of the week, Newcastle versus Caledonia. Surrey and Plymouth are in action on Saturday. The Flyers begin a weekend home doubleheader against Cheshire, and then 3 games to round out your weekend on a Sunday. And Rob, with all these games taking place, it's a jam-packed schedule. So both of these teams looking to pick up wins here tonight. Our coverage will continue right after this break. Thursday night hoops in the British Basketball League. Whether you're watching in the UK or overseas, we're very pleased to have you with us. Rob Paternostro's with me here in commentary position. And coach, it's time for us to take a look at your ones to watch coming into tonight's game, starting with the London Lions and Dante Grantham. He's a guy that comes into the London Lions with a whole host of NBA experience.
Yeah, you know, Dante is such a tough player to guard. He can take you inside, he can take you outside. He played at Clemson in the ACC. Like you said, he had a little taste in the NBA, but he is one of the most difficult players in the league to deal with, aggressive all night.
Another one to watch for the London Lions, Josh Sharma. Now, he's a guy that can get it done above the rim on both ends of the court.
The Lexington, Mass native out of Stanford. Josh is so difficult here to go at the rim. He can really fly, some of the best dunks in the league, but where he makes his mark is on the defensive end, protecting the basket. Best shot blocker in the league.
Looking at the other end of the court for the Sheffield Sharks, Malik Green has been putting out some huge numbers since his arrival in the league last month.
Well, here's a team looking for offense, and here comes Malik Green. Right away, he has been a force on that end of the floor. You know, you're looking at 20 points, 12 rebounds, a guy that can beat you in many different ways, not just a post-up option, has different elements to his game.
Another one to watch tonight for the Sheffield Sharks, RJ Eitel-Rock. Big opportunity for him tonight, being slotted into the starting lineup.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's only been playing 15 minutes a game, but when you look at Eitel-Rock, he's a guy that shoots the ball pretty well on the perimeter, 45% from three-point range. Sheffield's a team that only had 3 makes last week against Surrey, so putting Eitel-Rock into the lineup, like you said, great opportunity for them, but very good opportunity for the Sharks to maybe put some more points on the board.
Well, these teams have met twice already in league action this season. Coach Bozic's side coming out on top in both of those games this season. See him here playing a little bit of defense, Coach Rob.
He's ready to lock people up tonight.
Well, of course, Coach Atiba Lions, his side have got a poor away form right now. We'll be looking to bounce back with a win here tonight.
Yeah, and I think he mixed up the lineup, you know, and I think that's something that we probably expected from that performance in Surrey. Atiba really wants to get his team going in the right direction.
Well, let's talk about those starting lineups, starting with the London Lions, and no changes to the 5 that started in the Euro Cup last night. Tariq Phillip, Matt Morgan, and David Nwaba in the backcourt. Dante Grantham with Gabe Olasheni playing inside. And here's take a look at the starting 5 for Coach Atiba Lions. A couple of changes to their first 5. Malik Green and RJ Eitel-Rock coming into the starters. Jalen Pipkins and Kipper Nichols dropping to the bench. Well, earlier on, we had a chance to catch up with both head coaches ahead of tonight's game. Well, Coach, it's a quick turnaround from last night's game in the Euro Cup. How do you approach tonight's game against Sheffield?
I mean, we got to first spend a lot of energy before the game to warm up well and be ready for tonight's game. Despite that we played some decent minutes last night, players not too many minutes, still tonight's going to be a challenge, of course.
Well, Coach, it's the first of 2 meetings with London this week. How have preparations been in practice?
It's been a solid week of practice. You know, I think we're playing with some good energy right now in training, and hopefully going to carry it over into the game.
I mean, definitely we didn't have enough time for practices. Even when we had those practices, should be or was very light, because most of the good shape and we were fighting through the games. So it's not easy, as you mentioned, 50 official games. It's a lot, but so far I'm happy. You know, we always you hope to be more healthy and everything, but that was my goal throughout that rough schedule.
What is it about this London Lions team that makes them so dangerous this season?
Well, they've got pretty much all the weapons in their toolbox, really. They got scoring, they get out in transition, great defensive team, they're physical, can play a small lineup, big lineup, and they shoot the ball exceptionally well when they get hot. So, you know, they've got all the weapons to be, as they have been, a great team.
You know, as much as it's going to be challenging because of fatigue that apparently is there, but, you know, defensive end and then play our game offensively with a good pace, sharing the ball.
One away win from 150 in the British Basketball League as head coach. What would it mean for you to get that accolade here tonight in London?
I mean, getting a win is enough for me. The accolade will just be a cherry on top.
Well, both coaches speaking to us there earlier on, and Coach Rob, we spoke to Coach Bozic there about the busy schedule that they have.
Wow.
Almost played double the amount of games as the Sheffield Sharks this season.
I think it's 52nd tonight for them. Yeah, unbelievable. And playing last night as well. Let's see what they have in the tank off of back-to-back. And that's why they have such a deep roster. You know, they're a team that has multiple players that play multiple positions, and it's been really tested this season with that schedule.
And for them to keep a same starting five as the team that played against BC Wolves last night, Coach Bozic just sticking to what he knows with the five, but of course he's got that deep roster to choose from as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the minutes tonight. Obviously, he came out with the starting five, and we've seen them before when they have a game shortly after that European game. How many minutes will the main guys play? But so the starting lineup has the heavy hitters in it, and they're ready to roll.
And of course, at the other end of the court, it was a late arrival for Sheffield Sharks here tonight. Delayed tip-off at the Copper Box Arena. How much does that affect teams when they go to games and they arrive late like that with a late tip-off?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you're on the coach all day, you know, struggling, wanting to get off, and you don't get as much warm-up time. But who knows, you know, maybe that's what they need to get themselves going.
Well, we are all set for tip-off in this one. It is London Lions taking on the Sheffield Sharks, and tip-off is coming up next. Welcome back to the Copper Box, where we are all set for tip-off between London Lions and the Sheffield Sharks. There's handshakes all round. There's your officials for tonight's game. And Coach Rob, of course, these teams meet twice in the next 4 days this week. How does that affect it? A lot of adjustments will be made, I imagine, over the 2 periods.
Yeah, certainly after this game, you know, when you look at the videotape, it'll be easy to talk about it with your team because it's so fresh in the mind.
Well, it's going to be Gabe Olaseni and Bennett Cook who will go up for the opening jump ball. Thursday night hoops in the British Basketball League at the Copper Box, and we are officially underway. Here's Tariq Phillip. Morgan looking for Grantham at the elbow. Phillip for 3 is way off the mark, and it will trickle out play for a Sheffield ball.
Looked like to me that the Sharks started in a matchup type zone there. Interesting, you don't usually see a team start the game in a zone.
First possession of the game for the Sheffield Sharks. Eitelrock into the starting 5. Ramsey into Green. Green looking to back down. Fadeaway jumper, front irons it. Rebounded by the Lions. Grantham. Screen comes from Olaseni at the foul line, kicks out to Morgan. Shot clock down to 10. Ball looking inside for Olaseni, and again it will trickle out a play for Sheffield.
Well, that time they drop back into the man after the miss. Looks like maybe makes in the matchup zone. We talk about a matchup zone. You guard an area, you don't guard a man. So it'll be interesting to see how much they use that. Coach Lyons has used that a lot in the past.
Nice spin move inside, and ball rattles around and gets the drop. And London get the first field goal of the game.
We talked about Grantham's ability to do multiple things. That time puts it on the floor with a little spin move and finish for 2.
Ramsey, screen from Cook. Looking inside for Green once again. Here he is backing down Grantham. Ramsey spins. It's a tough mid-range 2, and he drains it. Nothing but net for Devell Ramsey.
Why not, he said. And Ramsey is a guy that we've seen time and time again make tough shots. That one, a tough one for 2.
Last touched by the Sheffield Sharks, so London will keep possession here. And one thing I noticed, Coach, from last week's game for Sheffield Sharks, they took a lot of mid-range 2s against the Surrey Scorchers as it's stolen away by Sheffield. And Ramsey again goes coast to coast, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, nice job there by the Sharks. That's another turnover from the Lions, and Ramsey went up the other way. Yeah, when you look at Sheffield, 3-pointers attempted, they're down at the bottom of the league in that. And we talked about only having 3 the other night, but here you see Ramsey, he has that type of speed to get out in the open floor and draw the foul.
Ramsey averaging 10 points a game this season. Second year with the Sheffield Sharks. As he misses the first free throw. He's a 70% free throw shooter on the season as he knocks down the second.
In the zone again.
Morgan. Grantham calling for it at the elbow. Zone just seems to slow London down here. Grantham for 3, drains the 3.
And that's what the zone will give up with some ball movement. The open jump shot, and Grantham happy to knock it down.
Early 2-point lead for the London Lions. Eitelrup inside to Cook. Looking to go to work on Olaseni. Oh, nice move. Bennett Cook can't get the hook to go. Here's Grantham the other way. Ball inside to Olaseni. Tariq Phillip coming off the screen. Pulls up for a mid-range 2 off the back iron, and the rebound falls to Ratinho. Ramsey, Ratinho now, driving all the way to the hole. It's blocked out of play, and it will stay with Sheffield.
Nice play from Olaseni there. I don't even think he left the floor. He just stuck the big arm up. Watch Ratinho drive to the basket and boom. Give me that. Knock it right out of bounds, protecting the basket.
Mid-range 2 is no good by Sheffield. Morgan finds Grantham again for 3. Drains it from downtown.
Why not? We talked about him earlier. And Dante Grantham has talent in abundance, showing out early in many different ways.
Ramsey again, and that is far too easy for the Sheffield Sharks.
Opened right up for him, and Ramsey was happy to take advantage of it. Poor defense that time by London.
Now, Dante Grantham has scored all 8 of London Lions' points in this first quarter. The basket will not count. It will be a foul on the floor, say the referees.
Now you look at the Lions, and you talked about they did play last night, Euro Cup. So back-to-back, always a challenge to get those legs going. Be interesting to see how they use that bench tonight. And when you talk about a bench, there's a lot of talent over there on that bench as well.
Oh, it's almost stolen away by Sheffield. It will stay with the London Lions, though.
Some lazy passes early from the Lions.
Here's Morgan. Looking to go downhill. Kicks it out, and it's stripped away by the Sheffield Sharks. Ramsey at the elbow. Ball inside to Cook. Oh, what a block! London Lions looking to go the other way. And Nwaba all the way to the hole, off the glass, no good. And the rebound secured by Cook. Aitorop now inside to Green. Got Matt Morgan trying to reach in. Oh, what a pass! Oh, Bennett Cook finishes.
The look away from Green. You're going to send two to me? How about a dime to Bennett? The two big guys linking up well there.
1 point game at the Copper Box. Going to be a foul called against Tavor Ramsey. This will be their second team foul of this first quarter. And London Lions will look to inbound from the sideline. Phillip swings to Nwaba. Screen from Olasheni. Nwaba decides to fire out for three. He can't get it to go. Rebound secured by Green. Aitorop looking to push. Tough finish. Great defense by Gabe Olasheni. No foul given, say the referees. Morgan, wow, what a pass. Corner three ball. Ball goes in and out, but there's Nwaba with the offensive rebound, puts it in for two.
And this was what Coach Lyons was worried about, allowing them to get up the floor in the track meet. And that time, Morgan with the speed and the pass that set it up, and Lions finished for two.
Well, London Lions, they lead the league in points per game this season, and Sheffield, they really can't afford to get in a scoring race with them here, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers, it'll tell you that, and they're going to have to try to keep them to a low number.
And another three drops for London Lions. Timeout's been called on the floor. London Lions racing out to an early lead. We'll be back with you after this short break. Welcome back to the Copper Box, where Dante Grantham has scored 11 of his team's 13 points in the first quarter. And Rob, he's really put his stamp on the game early on.
Yeah, he came ready to play right away. Here's a guy, 51% from the field, 44% from three-point range. Versatility in many ways.
Al Pipkins into the game for the first time tonight. Started this one on the bench. Coutinho looking for Green inside. Now here comes Glasgow.
And this is what you'll see with the Sharks. Long offenses, side-to-side ball.
Kipper Nichols knocks down the three.
And they need that from Kipper. You know, maybe bringing him off the bench gives him a little bit of a spark tonight. And right away, confidence to knock that one down.
They struggled to shoot from deep last week in their game against the Surrey Scorchers. That would be a positive sign to see that one go through early on.
Yeah, no question. I mean, first half against the Scorchers, 33 points on the board. And for the game, we talked about it, only 3 three-pointers. So they're going to have to make more today to have a shot to beat the Lions.
Yeah, you really have to knock down those opportunities when they come against a team like London. I think Chalmers got a piece on that one. And here comes London the other way.
Tough guy to go up against. Sharma has that long arms and great timing to protect the basket.
He leads the league in block shots per game this season, Josh Sharma. Spent mentioned in the build-up, a guy that can get it done above the rim on both ends of the court.
And it's not just the blocks, it's the ones he changes as well. And when you're courtside watching him, you can really see that impact that he has on the game.
Rebound secured by Green. London with a 3-point lead. Inside 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nichols swings to Ratinho, fakes the three, drives inside, puts it up, can't get it to go. And the rebound secured by Morgan.
Lions following the scouting report. Get Ratinho off that three-point line. Don't let him get any easy looks.
Taylor wide open inside, all the way to the bucket, just floats it in.
Too easy, and that time I thought Sharma did a good job of holding off his man so he couldn't come over and help.
Ratinho inside to Green, up against Sharma. Able to draw the foul, and he will earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
And, you know, he gives up some size there against Sharma, but what he wants to do is use his quickness, and I thought that time he did a good job of catching and going. And here you see the last play. Look at Sharma there in the paint, holds off Green, and Taylor with about the easiest two he will get this season.
I will send Malik Green to the line. And he is a guy that's come through into the league halfway through the trophy campaign. Came from Luxembourg and put up some big numbers out there.
Yeah, he certainly did, and he got to the Sharks right away. Has made an impact. It'll be interesting to see how, as it goes on, he utilizes him. You could play a little bit of the 4, a little bit of the 5.
Here's Kareem Queeley. Top to Nelson, around the back pass to Morgan. Extra pass to Queeley, drives inside. Puts it on the floor to Sharma, who just steps over the line out of bounds.
Yeah, opportunity there missed for the Lions. Nice little around the back pass. We love those around the back passes. We want more of those. But when you look at the Lions, what a bench that they have. Taylor, Morgan, Queeley, Nelson, Sharma.
Here's Glasgow the other way, fires up for 3, hits the front iron. Rebound secured by Morgan. Nelson, his mid-range 2 is short. Rebound ends up with Pipkins. 5-point lead for the London Lions. Pipkins looking to drive inside. The shot was way off the mark, and they do want to save that play, but into the hands of Ratinho, who splashes the triple.
Well, you talk about a bad save there. I mean, obviously he tried to save, but you don't throw it to the other team. And Ratinho said, thank you very much, wide open from 3.
It's one of those ones where you're better off letting it trickle out of bounds there.
Throw it in the 5th row, I say sometimes. Get it out of there.
Jordan Taylor knocks down the corner mid-range 2.
Real slow-paced game at the moment. Certainly Sheffield will want to keep that going.
As you say, Sheffield, one of the slower pace teams in the league. If this game sort of continues at this pace, do you feel that that maybe suits the Sharks a bit more?
Yeah, definitely, no question about it. And if Kipper Nichols is making shots like that, that is going to help out. Really good start from him coming off the bench.
Taylor, top to Morgan. Morgan fires up for 3. He drains a triple.
Looks so easy for him. Good pass, obviously, but the rotation on the basketball for Connor Morgan is so pretty. That high release point at 6'9", so tough to guard.
Well, Connor Morgan averages 17 points per game against the Sheffield Sharks in their 2 meetings this season. Here's Green looking to drive baseline. Blocked by Sharma. And they're looking to save it, but it ends up going back to London Lions. So they get the ball back, and they get this incredible block as well.
Well, that time Sharma ran at him on the 3-point line, and Green did the smart thing to go by him. But with a 7-footer with that type of athletic ability, it's tough to get any clean looks against the Lions. Sharma showing it already.
Well, Marcus Delpesh enters the game for the first time tonight. Just over a minute to go in this first quarter. Lions holding on to a 5-point lead at the Copper Box Arena. Morgan, he's hit 1 3. Second one, no good.
And that's a play they run a lot for him there. It's a tricky play to guard. That time a good look, but didn't knock it down.
Nichols looking to drive inside. He will go to the free throw line. And again, Sheffield Sharks have done well to get something going to the basket.
Yeah, nice move here from Nichols. He's aggressive here with the right hand. And Taylor tries to stop him. I think he's the one that's called for the foul there. He doesn't believe it. But, you know, sometimes when you are a player that's used to starting and you get sent to the bench, it could give a little spark to you. So far, Kipper looks like he's gotten that message and he's really gotten it going.
Well, the foul was called on Josh Sharma, which sends Kipper Nichols to the foul line. He goes 1 for 2, cuts it down to a 4-point game. Inside the final minute of the first period. Sharma finds Morgan, puts it on the floor. He's got Delpesh on him. Mid-range 2, knocks it down.
Nice ball movement that time. Just quick little passes from the Lions. They use that 5-man to come out and hand the ball off, makes them tough to guard, especially with a great shooter like that in Morgan.
Holding foul called inside. Big battle going on down there in the middle. I think it's Josh Sharma who picks up the foul. He's picked up a couple of fouls back-to-back, and straight to the bench he goes. He knew that one was coming. That will send him to the bench, Rob.
He didn't like the call by look of it. We get another look at it. Looks like he held him. You know, trying to run a post play. Looked like he held him, and that'll get him a seat on the bench. And instead of going to Olaseni, they go here. Watch the play again. Look, he's just holding Delpesh from behind. Referee spots it. This is for 2.
Nice finish by Kipper Nichols, and that was Josh Sharma's 3rd personal foul all there, and nice finish at the other end by Morgan.
What a catch too by Morgan. Could be a wide receiver Sunday in the Super Bowl with that kind of catch and finish.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Glasgow mid-range 2 is off, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. London Lions out to an early lead against the Sheffield Sharks. We'll have second quarter action coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Copper Box. It's a 6-point lead for the hometown London Lions. And Rob, before the break, we just saw Josh Sharma pick up his 3rd personal foul in the first period.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes only on the floor. So be interesting to see what the Lions do. Looks like Olaseni back in the game.
Nichols 3, no good. Good box out by Olaseni.
And let's see what they run here coming out of the timeout. The play drawn up. See what they want to attack.
Grantham.
Play for Olaseni.
Here he is with the ball. Finds Kareem Queeley. Nice pass inside to Olaseni. Out to Morgan for a corner 3 ball, and he drains it.
Well, he had it too, Olaseni. All he had to do was lay it in, but he says, I got Morgan out there. We'll take 3. Great ball movement by the Lions so far in this game.
London out to 11-point lead now in front of their home fans. Kipper Nichols looking to respond with a mid-range 2. Gets a shooter's roll.
They had to switch that time. Phillips switched on Nichols. Nichols does a good job when he gets a guard on him in the post. That time, real comfortable for 2.
Ball just slips through the hands of Matt Morgan. That'll be an unforced turnover by the London Lions.
A few sloppy passes so far for the Lions. A few turnovers. I have them for 6, I believe. But when they haven't turned it over, they've really run some nice offense with the ball. You know, touching all 5 guys' hands, moving it side to side. Pretty basketball.
Here's Eitelrock. Ball into Delpesh. Got a mismatch of Queeley on him. Back out to Nichols now. Delpesh has a... Oh, it's a way, shot's way off the mark with a hook shot. Now here's Grantham looking to push. Grantham, reverse layup, no good, but he will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
And that's what you like about Grantham. He goes from backboard to backboard. He takes it off the backboard at one end and has the skill and the ability to dribble up the floor. And here he sees the big guy on him. No, I don't think you can guard me. Trials the contact. And went for the spectacular reverse, but didn't finish.
And we'll send Dante Grantham to the line. 6'8" forward. He started his pro career with the OKC Blue of the NBA G League, averaged around 10 points a game, and then signed a 2-way contract with the Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder, in 2018. Grabs the offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity for the London Lions. Morgan for 3, drains it.
And that's a killer if you're the Sharks. You don't get the rebound, and it goes out to one of the best shooters in the league. And Morgan 2 in a row from out there.
And once again, London Lions out to a double-digit lead. Ramsey. Pipkins puts it on the floor, slips in the lane and ends up turning it over. Morgan. Oh, a foul called on RJ Eitelrock for reaching in.
You saw Eitelrock raced right out to Morgan that time after those 2 threes. You're not getting this one off.
Timeout's called on the floor. Sheffield just looking to talk things through here, Coach Rob. They can feel the game slowly starting to trickle away from them.
Yeah, when you play a high-powered team like London, you really have to utilize those timeouts. Good timeout here from Coach Lyons. You know, remember, it had that long trip. Then you had a lot of time to warm up as well. But again, 20 points, put more points on the board. They got to find a way to be a little bit more efficient down on the other end. We know that they can play defense. They're a team that does a good job on that end of the floor. But, you know, when you look at the numbers so far, I have them for 33% to start the game from the field. That's not going to get it done against most teams, but definitely not going to get it done against London.
Of course, tonight's game is the first of a whole jam-packed weekend of British Basketball League action. And the game of the week, Newcastle Eagles taking on Caledonia Gladiators. It's live on Sky Sports in the UK or via your regional networks in the United States. Don't miss that one. Promises to be an exciting matchup in the British Basketball League. Well, Coach, we spoke about in the build-up, you know, Sheffield, they don't put up many points in the points per game this season. 20 points with around 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. You feel that maybe they'll have to play with a bit more urgency to claw their way back into this.
It's hard to see London being held, you know, to a low number. So, you know, you're going to have to put those points on the board. You got to find a way to maybe turn defense into offense.
Olaseni. Now finds Phillip, driving inside. Tariq Phillip, what a move, and couldn't quite get the friendly roll, but he'll earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
Well, he did all the hard work to get to the basket. Watch him here with this little move. Whoop! He takes the shot in the base, and that's the easy one there. Just didn't get it to go. But he's a real difficult, strong guard. You know, we played them in the finals last year at the O2 Arena. He had been hurt a lot of the season, but what an impact he made. Obviously, he puts up numbers, but it's more than that. the toughness he brings from the backcourt on both ends of the floor.
Of course, in his second season now with the London Lions, he sat out the majority of last season with that injury. It saw him return in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, just in time.
Yeah, it did. And of course, you know, seeing him now play a lot more minutes this season is great to see.
Yeah, he's a really hard-nosed, tough player. Has represented GB before. West Virginia, played there under the great Bob Huggins. High-level player.
Here's Ramsey, screen from Cook. Glasgow finds Eitel Rock. Nice pass inside to Cook, dumps it off. Bennett Cook, what a move and what a finish.
Oh, nobody has the footwork like Bennett Cook in the post. He really utilizes that pivot foot. Nice job from him. He can be really effective when he gets it close to the basket.
Good pass inside, and Kareem Queeley. Easy layup, but no good.
They missed a few of them today. A little flex cut from Queeley to get the open look, just didn't finish.
Sharks working that two-man game, now finds Bennett Cook. Ramsey open for three. Can't get it to go. And those are the shots, the open looks, Rob, that you feel like they need to knock down here. Morgan for three, drains it.
Especially when you have a guy like that on the other end, that he doesn't even have to be open to make it. The pull-up three in transition. He's feeling really good tonight.
They stretch it out to a 14-point lead. Here's another open look for Sheffield, and again, they can't convert.
Daring him to shoot at that time under the screen, gave him the wide open look.
Matt Morgan, another three ball on the way. He checked that time. Is short. Long rebound falls to Glasgow. Whoa, oh, it looked like Glasgow was hoping someone was on the wing there for him, but no one there.
Flat tire, I think, on Glasgow.
Eitel Rock to the basket, off the glass, no good, but he'll go into the foul line.
You're gonna have to get the jack out, get that checked, because he had a wide open opportunity and it just went from him there. But give Eitel Rock credit for picking it up and drawing the foul.
Now, Matt Morgan now up to 9 points for the London Lions in this one. Knocked down a couple of back-to-back threes, and he is a guy, leads the league in scoring. He can really get hot in a hurry.
Oh, no doubt. And I think when you look at three-point shooters, there are some guys that, you know, are more effective coming off screen. Some guys maybe more effective off the dribble. He combines the two of them so well with speed and unlimited range. And when you looked at that last play, you got to meet him early. If you don't meet him early, he's going to take it and make it.
Eitel Rock converts on the second. Cut it down to a 13-point game. Just over 6 minutes to go in the half. And Mwaba takes the screen from Olaseni. Looking for him on the pick and roll and just couldn't quite feed it through to him.
He was open on that, wide open, but Cook did a good job of using his feet. You know, sometimes it's good for those big guys to use your feet to stop a wide open layup, and he did a good job that time, or else it would have been an open two.
Jordan Ratinho checks back in for Sheffield. Open three for Grantham. Another three ball drops for the London Lions.
Grantham can't be left that open right now. He's feeling so good, you better get out on him. And there you see 8 three-point shots made already for the Lions.
It's going to be a long night when London Lions shoot 60% from the three-point line. Here's Tariq Phillip going the other way, goes downhill, all the way to the hole, off the glass and in.
Boom, strong. And that's what I like about Phillip, is that he is a guy that can just muscle through the lane for two. And watch him here, it's big, you can see he's not holding him off there. Too strong.
And of course, the GB qualifying window is coming up, and he's a player, I'm sure, Rob, that will want to be his peak form at the end of the month going into that weekend. And a number of London Lions players on this team that can be selected in the GB squad.
It'll be interesting to see which ones, and be interesting to see who needs a break and who doesn't, right? You know, all these games that they played, maybe that is a time for some of them to put their feet up a little bit. But yeah, they have some really talented British players that you would expect to see in that lineup.
There you just saw the assist numbers so far in this one. London really sharing the ball, just 4 assists so far for Sheffield Sharks, and they are getting open looks out of those 4 assists, but you feel like if they can move the ball a bit more, they can really get some open looks to build confidence out there.
Yeah, at that time, you look at that play there, they took advantage of the switch, and I think Green is a guy that if he gets the switch, he had to switch with Nawaba, he's going to be really tough to stop. Good job by Sharks to recognize that. Draw the foul.
Here's Pipkins. Cook was open inside for a moment. Back to Pipkins. Pipkins will fire up for 3. No good that time.
And you can see they're sitting way off Pipkins. They're almost daring him to take that shot.
Phillip. Pick and roll with Olaseni. Out to Morgan. Olaseni at the elbow now. Shot clock at 10. Phillip. Step back for 3. Another 3-ball drops for London. It's raining threes out there.
Oh, Phillips, a little shake and bake separation and knocks it down.
A timeout's called on the floor. London Lions are red hot. We'll see you after this short break. Welcome back to our coverage of Thursday Night Hoops in the British Basketball League, and coach Atiba Lyons, plenty to talk about with his team in that timeout. His team trailing big early on.
Yeah, you certainly have to defend better, no question about it. I mean, London getting really good looks at the basket, but find a way to score. Again, 33 points in the first half last week, now only 23. So, you know, they're gonna have to get a really good last 5 minutes or so here to stay in contention for this game.
Here's Cook. Inside to Routinho. Got Morgan on him. Deville Ramsey pulls up for a mid-range 2. And is rebounded by Nelson. It's going to be a quick foul on Jordan Routinho.
Maybe, you know, if you're struggling on the offensive end, maybe defensively you can get a little aggressive, you know, go for some steals, something to really get you moving up the floor. But that time, a foul away from the basket that far will send the Lions for 2 shots.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're in the penalty already with under 5 minutes to go in the half. If you're coach Atiba Lyons, what are you saying to the team, you know, in this situation? I know it was a late arrival to the Copper Box. It's been a poor start away from home, but still plenty of time to potentially turn this one around.
You got to go possession by possession, and you got to see some life, you know. When you're getting beat this bad, this early, you really want to see guys that are going out there and give you some life and some spark and some juice. And that's what he'll be looking for, and he'll be looking to find the right combination to give him that.
Had a few mid-season additions recently, of course, with Green and Nixon coming into the game. Of course, he's not playing tonight, but I can imagine it can be quite tricky when you've got those pieces moving in and around to try and find those lineups that work for you.
Yeah, especially when you're struggling with results. You know, it's you lose confidence as a group, and you know you just got to get that one quarter where you get it going and maybe get that confidence back. But London really, you know, doing whatever they want on both ends of the floor.
Morgan, oh, it's blocked by Cook. And he stepped out of bounds when he was throwing it off. But it's a good idea to knock it off Morgan.
Good block from him, too. And we talk about, you know, that high release point from Connor Morgan. One guy that can get up there is the big headed Cook here. Little pick and pop, and he gets up just in time to block it. Good try to save it.
Good pass inside to Morgan, who jams it in.
Wait a minute, who's that? That guy, we thought he was just a three-point shooter. How about a spin and a two-handed throwdown?
Really reaching into his bag of tricks tonight. Here's Green, backing down in Nwaba. It's going to be a foul on the floor called against Nwaba.
Yeah, that's another opportunity for Green to go against a smaller guy. Nwaba surprised about that call. And let's watch this again. From good pass from JT, spin, and how about two hands? Is it that easy?
Punches it home for two. Increases the London Lions lead. Oh, nice move as Pipkins lays it in with the left hand.
And that's what we like to see from Pipkins. Slashing to the basket, he can really get up. Nice left-handed finish for two.
And he stems the bleeding for the Sheffield Sharks. Morgan, extra pass to Nwaba. Back top to Morgan, attempting him to shoot the ball here. And he goes off the back iron.
Good box out from Routinho.
Oh, what a move. Oh, what a finish! DeVille Ramsey gets the friendly roll around the bucket. An incredibly tough shot for him.
Well, that's two nice moves in a row. One from Pipkin, slash it to the hoop, and Ramsey going in and out dribble, gets to the left, and how about the float it up there for two?
And is this the spark that we spoke about, Rob? I mean, you know, they're looking for something that in this deficit here. It's plays like that that could potentially spark a run for Sheffield.
No doubt about it. That's what they're looking for. And again, we talked about it. They did have that long trip. They got there late. They didn't get a chance to warm up. That's very difficult. But now, getting into the game a little bit, maybe they can cut this deficit to halftime and give themselves an opportunity to make a run in the second half.
We just saw a stat there on your screen of fast break points as well. I know Sheffield aren't a team that like to get out and run too much, but to keep up with London Lions, they're really going to have to turn defense into offense.
Yeah, no question. I think, you know, got to get easy baskets somehow. You know, it's been kind of a struggle. Even the baskets, they're making tough shots. You know, that's a way to get easy opportunities getting out in transition and scoring, and they have the quickness. You know, when you look at Pipkins and you look at Ramsey, those are two guys definitely that can get out in the open floor and score.
And for London Lions, important for them not to get complacent here because still plenty of time for left in this game.
I thought it was a good time out there. I thought it was, you know, let's slow down a little bit. Let's get ourselves back into it. Don't give them any opportunity to believe. And I think that's important right now for London, is they don't want Sheffield to have any opportunity here in the second half. In these last 3 minutes, you know, they can extend this lead up. It could be smooth sailing for them in the second half. And look at Ramsey here, way up defensively, trying to give him that spark on that end of the floor.
Was those plays that really do spark intensity on defense, and it pays off for them as Bennett Cook comes away with the steal. Here is Cook at the top of the three-point line. Pipkins finds Cook rolling to the basket, fakes it, can't make it, but gets an offensive rebound, and it's stripped out of bounds by Luke Nelson.
That's one he wants back. Bennett, you see him clapping there. Had a really good opportunity. I thought it was a good pass into him inside, but Sheffield, you know, aggressive on the offensive glass, keep the possession.
Ball into Pipkins off the glass, he can't convert.
That was a good out-of-bounds play there from Sheffield. Got Pipkins the shot they wanted, just didn't convert.
Another turnover by the Lions. Can Sharks capitalize? What a smart foul in the end there from Luke Nelson. Sharks did have numbers in transition.
We've seen Nelson do that, give away that foul to stop the fast break. The Lions, even though they do have that 48 on the board, they have had some sloppy turnovers in this half.
It's their 8th turnover for half in this one so far. Here's Green. Now Ramsey, screen comes from Cook. Ramsey back inside to Cook. Working his way to the bucket, gets it to go off the glass.
Oh, no Olaseni and no Sharma on the floor. So Cook should have some good opportunities inside to score.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Nelson round the back, another round the back pass. You like your round the back passes, Rob? Nice finish in the end.
Anything you can do, I can do better. They're matching around the back passes. And that time, Sandy, who plays hard, aggressive, finishes for 2.
First bucket of the game for Kieran Sandy. Just over 90 seconds to play in the first half as Ramsey does well to draw the foul. Well, they've done well to get to the foul line, Rob. They're just 3 for 8 as a team, 3 for 11 even as a 3 for 8 as a team. Looking at my notes, 3 for 8 as a team from the foul line. You'd like to think that they can up that percentage in the second half.
No question about it. You know, we want to score more points. Well, you have to make those free throws when you get an opportunity to take them. And credit Ramsey here for this stretch. Really aggressive both ends.
He knocks down the first. You certainly have felt that the momentum has kind of shifted in Sheffield's favour, maybe in the last couple of possessions or so. It really does start on the defensive end for them, but really can't afford to be getting in this scoring race with the London Lions. Quealy to the hole. Good defence by Ratinho. Going to be a foul called on Jordan Ratinho.
And no 5-man really on the floor for London. So if you're a guard that can post up and take it inside, well, you have the space. Because Connor Morgan is out there on the perimeter with Bennett Cook. So he takes that. It's almost like what Cheshire does with Skylar White. You know, you take the bigs away from the basket so those wings can really get in there and do damage in the paint.
Well, Ratinho picks up another foul for the Sheffield Sharks. Quite a few players are in foul trouble in this first half. Rodney Glasgow returns to the game for the Sheffield Sharks. And of course, Rob, with these teams meeting again on Sunday, I mean, I imagine Coach Atiba Lions will make adjustments at the half-time break, but plenty more adjustments because they do it all over again in 4 days' time.
Yeah, you know, it's almost like a playoff type series where, you know, you have that short turnaround and you can make some tweaks on both ends of the floor. You know, when you come down to the copper box, obviously you know that the Lions are the best team in the league, you know, but you want to play better. You know, you want to look better than the Sharks have looked tonight. Again, that travel had to be really tough. Long trip down. Not a lot of time to get loose. London really taking it to them here in the first half.
Tipkins driving inside. Nice pass. What a block. Kieran Sandy just dumps it out of bounds.
I like the energy Sandy plays with. He's a guy, you know, doesn't get the ball a lot, doesn't take many shots, but never stops working. That time he comes over with the left hand to block it.
There's an incredible story about Kieran Sandy. I mean, London born, he came through and of course he put out that post on social media saying, you know, one day I want to play for the London Lions, and it was none other than Vince McCauley that quote tweeted that very recently and said, well, look where you are now.
Yeah, awesome story. And you know, when you watch a kid like that play with the energy, and you know, the thing for him here, it's first opportunity in the professional game. Wow, he has got some guys to learn from on that roster. Great opportunity for Sandy.
Connor Morgan turns the corner, steps out of bounds, and it will go back to the Sheffield Sharks.
Maybe he called the hook, I'm not sure there. It looked like maybe the outside ref called the hook from Morgan as he went into the post. Watch him here. Use that arm to hook him there, and you see, and Bennett Cook does a really good job of selling it, and sometimes that's even more important, the way you sell the foul. Snap the neck back.
22-point lead for the London Lions. Glasgow's wide open for three, and he knocks it down.
That's not the type of defense you expect London to play there. Couple passes and a wide open three from Glasgow.
Taylor. Around about 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
Watch the pop here for Morgan.
Be a foul called.
That's a tough thing to cover, that 1-5 pick and pop with Morgan there. And now foul called will put them on the line for 2. Ramsey pleading his case.
And there you see the foul trouble for the Sheffield Sharks. 2 players on 3 fouls in this first 20 minutes. And it's a poor foul to give away because it will send Jordan Taylor to the free throw line. He misses the first though.
London, an excellent foul shooting team, an excellent shooting team overall when you look at their numbers, from 2, from 3, and from the free throw line, right up there with the league leaders in all categories.
Well, he knocks down the second, and the shot clock is turned off here, so Sheffield will get the final possession of this first half. Glasgow over the timeline, screen comes from Cook. Rodney Glasgow from the top of the key knocks it down. And that will do it for the end of the first half. It is a great first half for the London Lions. They've raced out to a big lead on their home court, Rob.
Yeah, they have. They've been awesome on the offensive end. I think the ball movement's been excellent, shooting the ball from 3 and holding them to a low number.
Well, we have reached the half-time break here at the Copper Box Arena. It's the London Lions leading the Sheffield Sharks. And we'll have half-time reaction from Leicester Riders head coach Rob Paternostro after the break.
They start the baseline dribble through.
Welcome back to our coverage of Thursday night hoops in the British Basketball League. Whether you're watching us in the UK or the USA, we're very pleased to have you with us at the halftime break. The London Lions lead the Sheffield Sharks by 18 points. I'm joined by Leicester Riders head coach Rob Paternostro. And Rob, what have you made of that first half? Because London Lions, they really ran away with it in that second quarter.
Yeah, dominant performance from them. The ball movement's been excellent, creating great opportunities for them.
Well, let's take a look at those halftime stats, and you look at the three-point field goal percentage, Rob. When London Lions, when they shoot 60% from deep, it can be a long night for them.
No doubt about it. They've had great opportunities, and you look at the Sharks, 3 for 10, 11 for 29 from 2, and then you look at the Lions, 9 turnovers. If it wasn't for those 9 turnovers, then they could have a much bigger number, but dominant from start to finish.
And they've really dominated the battle of the boards as well. I mean, 28 to 15. It can be even longer night when you're winning the rebound battle as well.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of misses from the Sharks to go get, and they have gotten it. But the 14 assists, look at those 14 assists from London Lions. As I said before, beautiful ball movement at times.
Let's take a look at some of the key moments from the first half. And it was a competitive first quarter, both teams trading buckets, but the second quarter was where London really did their damage.
Well, I love the way Grantham came out. We talked about him at the top of the show, and right off the bat, he came out and he was aggressive from deep. Good jumper, looking good from him, but he also showed the ability to drive downhill and make plays.
15 first half points for Dante Grantham, but also Connor Morgan knocking down threes as well. The Sharks, they kind of responded with some nice moves. A couple of times we saw them threaten to go on a run, sort of starting some offense with their defense, but not quite enough to get that run to go.
Yeah, especially when you have guys shooting from that deep and that early. And I think, you know, with Grantham, once he made that first one, he felt like they were all going to go down.
And what do you think the topic of conversation will be in that Sheffield Sharks locker room at halftime? I know they struggled on the road in recent games. What do you think Atiba Lyons is saying right now?
I think he's going to tell them to defend the three a lot better. I mean, that's the area where you have to start. Can't give them those opportunities from three. And then show more aggressiveness on defense. Try to turn some defense into offense. But, you know, get that lead down so you can maybe make a run in the fourth quarter.
And from a London Lions point of view, important for them not to get complacent now in this second half.
And that's a challenge for them. The way they made it look easy at times, but when you have guys like Morgan hitting threes and Tariq Phillip hitting threes, you're going to be tough to stop.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot, Rob. Well, it's time for us to take a look at action for the second half. It will be with you shortly, but first, we'll have all the action as the Sheffield Sharks travelled to Surrey Scorchers in the British Basketball League last weekend. They take on Leicester Riders tomorrow, but first they have to get through this one against the Sheffield Sharks, and tip-off is underway. Nice pass inside, and Paddy Wang jams it in off the get-go. Mohamed spins in the lane, out to Robinson, again for three, drains the three. Former two-time league MVP, here's Bennett Cook inside. What a move, Bennett Cook just threw it over the back of his head and gets it to go with the hook. Surrey now the other way. Robinson, extra pass, steal, baseline three, drains the three. Lawrence, Cooper, deep three, knocks it down, Quinn Cooper. A pair of back-to-back threes to end the first quarter. Surrey just switched to a zone defense here as Glasgow pulls up for three and knocks it down. Robinson, mid-range two, knocks it down. Michael Rock looking to go baseline. Glasgow going one-on-one, pulls up from the elbow. He likes that shot. Mohamed now finds Robinson, open for three, drains the three.
Oh my goodness.
And Justin Robinson continues to pour it in. Pipkins, stolen again by the Scorchers. And look out below, it's showtime for Paddy Wang, who flushes it home. Going against Cook. Out to Mohamed. Mohamed for three. Drains the three. Here is Wang. Nice pass, and Jameson says thank you very much. Easy finish off the glass. We're off to the races. Paddy Wang fakes it. Nice pass into Jameson. Puts it in and count it. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Glasgow. Glasgow, nice pass, and Green jams it in.
They need
Nixon.
a basket here.
Step back, mid-range two, knocks it down. The lead is down to 11. Robinson finds Lawrence. They've left him wide open for three, and Lawrence says, thank you very much. It's a huge three for the Surrey Scorchers. Sharks to inbound the ball here, and that will just about do it. The three-pointer is up, no good by Eitel Rock, and an important win for Surrey Scorchers as the regular season gets back underway.
Allen. Going all the way. Oh my goodness, Padilla Wax White. Not today, fella.
Not in my kitchen.
Well, they started slowly, but there's another great pass. And Sharma this time rocking the rim.
Wow, a pick and roll clinic happening right now. I love this.
Ball tipped away, Dante Grantham. Sharing is not carrying as Grantham will throw it around. Looked like he was going to give it over to Matt Morgan. He said, wait a second, I don't know if you're going to dunk it. Why don't you let me just handle this?
Morgan back to Grantham. Whoa, underneath, jams it home.
Rocks the rim, that baseline killer.
Green with the long outlet pass. What a pass that is. Super assist from Brad Green. McGill, nice pass. Dopesh with the jab. Beautiful assist.
Wonderful.
Oh my goodness. This is exactly what I want to see in the British Basketball League.
Bim goes out to Green. Nelson trying to recover. Sharma can't quite get it. Taj Green can, and he throws it down. What a hustle play from Taj Green.
The energy is in the building.
Oh, beautiful pass from JT. Sharma delivers.
Lovely play right there.
And ripped away by Rideau. What a steal. And he jams it in to put the exclamation point on that one.
I love the energy.
Welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League. It's Thursday night hoops in the league, and it's all set for second half action. I'm joined by Leicester Riders head coach Rob Paternostro, and Rob, Dante Grantham is having a near perfect game so far in this one.
Oh yeah, really hot from the three-point line. He's come out and he's been aggressive. Here we see him getting to the basket with the spin move, and that's what makes him difficult. He can shoot the ball out there, 4 for 4 so far from the three-point line, and you give him that space, he can make it. 5 rebounds, only 10 minutes, but you could see early he was aggressive and he was looking to make his mark in the game.
Yeah, certainly did put a stamp on the game early on, and they'll look to him to continue that going into the third quarter. We're all set for second half action, live from the Copper Box Arena in London. The London Lions have a big lead over the Sheffield Sharks.
Glasgow out there, Nichols out there. They didn't start the game, but now out on the floor.
Queeley, top to Tariq Phillip. Gabe Olaseni swings to Morgan from the 45. Ball comes off the rim and back out to Sheffield Sharks.
There's a stop. You get a stop now. You got to get something. Let's see what they draw up here for the first play.
Nichols finds Aitor Rock. Aitor Rock turning the corner. Gets the friendly layup to go.
Well, not the quickest guy at times, Aitor Rock, but he plays at his own pace, uses that strength. Good start from the Sharks.
Here's Matt Morgan. Tariq Phillip finds Queeley. Ball into Olaseni. It's going to be a foul on the entry pass against Kipper Nichols.
Well, that's another possession here. First possession was the matchup zone where you play an area and not a man. That time again in the matchup zone.
It's going to be Morgan to inbound. Finds Olaseni. Back to Morgan at the three-point line. He's got a mismatch with Cook on him. Tariq Phillip back to Morgan. Screen comes from Olaseni. Shot clock down to 3. Grantham has to shoot.
Ooh.
And he ends up throwing it out of bounds.
Well, I thought they didn't need the screen for Morgan when he had Bennett Cook on him. They used the screen. They could have just isolated him in a one-on-one situation. But bad pass there. I thought Olaseni was open for 2. Bad pass out of bounds.
Kipper Nichols. Aitor Rock calling for it. Finds Rodney Glasgow. The screen comes from Cook. Glasgow turns the corner, kicks it out to Nichols. Nichols fakes the 3, pulls up for a mid-range 2 and knocks it down.
Used all of the shot clock that time. One side of the floor to the other. And Nichols, who's had a pretty nice game, knocks it down for 2.
A couple of back-to-back scores for the Sheffield Sharks. Queeley driving downhill. Out to Phillip. Thought about the 3. Puts it on the floor. Great defense by Nichols, and it will stay for a London Lions ball.
Looks like the Sharks have confused the Lions a little bit with that matchup defense. Can be awkward to go against.
Ball into Olaseni. Now here's Grantham. Oh, it's stolen away by Aitor Rock. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity for Sheffield. And the round-the-back pass just trickles out of play.
Ah, that would have been a nice one there. And that's a misfortune for the Sharks. You know, you come out here, that would have cut the lead to 12. Here, Aitor Rock with a good steal. The left-handed around the back, just a little bit too far and out of bounds.
And London Lions yet to score in this third quarter. And the Sheffield Sharks slowly chipping away at that lead.
Matchup zone again.
Phillip into Olaseni. Queeley thought about it. Now at the elbow, pulls it back out. Shot clock down to 6. Queeley puts it on the floor. And it'll be waved off for a traveling violation.
And the Sharks bench up, clapping. Good effort from them to come out. You know, if you're coach of T. Lions, this is what you wanted. You need those stops. Chance here to cut into that lead a little bit more.
They just got to keep plugging away here, Sheffield. Nichols looking inside for Green.
Mismatch.
Green backing down, double team comes. Now out to Aitor Rock, fakes the 3. Shot clock at 3. Green, running floater. Can't get it to go, and the rebound secured by Grantham.
Decent look.
going to be a trip on Kipper Nichols as Grantham ends up on the deck.
Again, the Sharks use all of that shot clock. And it ended up with a decent look. Here you see Grantham dribbling up the floor, and looks like he tripped over his own feet. And that's why Nichols' reaction. Watch here again as it's tough to see. Maybe he did clip him from behind.
It's one of those ones that looks different from different angles, isn't it?
The first angle I couldn't see it, but that time maybe he did clip him from behind.
Ball into Phillip. Morgan, screen comes from Olaseni. Oh, what a move. Can't get it to go, though. An offensive rebound as Phillip gets it to go.
We talked about how strong he is. It was so strong just to get to the basket and then to grab the rebound. Took advantage of the one-on-one with Cook.
That's London's first made field goal of this second half. Eiselrod, nowhere to go. Has to kick it out here. Finds Rodney Glasgow. Shot clock down to 5. The floater's no good. Green does well to keep it alive. Here's Bennett Cook off the glass.
Good work from Green on the glass. Give him that too. But Cook will get it in the scorebook. But Green's the one that kept that alive to cut it now down to 14.
Morgan. Grantham. They've left him open for 3 again. Can't get it to go this time. Here's Kipper Nichols. Going one-on-one with Olaseni. Kicks it out to Eiselrod. 3 ball on the wing, can't finish. Another rebound falls to Grantham. Phillip, open for 3, drains the 3.
Too much time there for Phillip. It didn't even look like he wanted to shoot it initially, but he was so wide open he had to. And that's a big bucket there for London to give him that distance again as Sheffield was trying to creep back into it.
Here's Glasgow. Again, the shot clock's winding down. Phillip just reaches around the back and there'll be a foul called on him. Glasgow was looking for some foul shots there.
Man, this is trouble when you are down big and you take so long. You know, you're not going to have as much time. You know what I'm saying? They go down. That's probably like the 3rd possessions in a row where they're going down all the way underneath, you know, 5 seconds or so. Let's see if they can get a quick one here on the side out of bounds.
Hipkins to inbound, finds Green. Ratinho, Green rolling to the basket. Ramsey, shot clock again down to 6. Green looking to post up. Ratinho has to shoot here. Gets it off just in time, and the floater is good.
Well, if you're going to run it all the way down, you got to make it. And that time, Ratinho with some patience and the floater for 2.
Olaseni hands off with Phillip. Back into Gabe Olaseni. Grantham, corner 3 ball, knocks it down.
Olaseni does such a good job of being an outlet for the Lions. He doesn't just stay in the post. He moves, he moves, he moves, and he's a good passer from that position. That time, an excellent pass to Grantham.
Ball into Green, puts it in, count it, and the foul. And he'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
Green's athleticism, you see there, he hung in the air. Good pass for him on the baseline. He hung in the air the extra time he needed to finish for 2.
Timeout called on the floor. We'll be back with you in just a couple of moments' time. Welcome back to the Copper Box, where London Lions lead the Sheffield Sharks 61 points to 45 with just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Rob, we saw a couple of back-to-back scores from Sheffield Sharks to start this third period. London Lions have managed to hold off this run from them, though.
Yeah, and Sharks, you know, some positives from them. One thing they have to get going is Green here. You know, we talked about the points that he's been putting up on the season, but so far, only 2 points for him on the night.
Well, their free throw struggles continue, the Sheffield Sharks this evening. Spoke about it in the first half, but leaving those free ones at the line, and you see it just 4 for 11 as a team. Sharma's calling for it inside. Luke Nelson with a step back too. He can't get it to go. Rebound falls to Green.
Getting that matchup zone, causing London a little bit of problems, not getting the same type of looks they were getting in the first half.
Pipkins finds Cook. Now to Bell Ramsey. Got Jordan Taylor on it. Green looking to go downhill. Settles for a shot from the foul line, and he can't convert.
Well, that's where, you know, you'd like him to set up for the three there. There was some space, but, you know, as a big guy, didn't really want that. Mid-range jumper doesn't go down.
Nelson. Inside, Grantham from the short corner is short. Another rebound falls to Green.
Sheffield have an opportunity here. You get this under 10 maybe here at the end of the third. We'll see.
Here's Pipkins. He's got Sharma on him. London have almost settled into this zone here. Ramsey, top to Green. Cook calling for it inside. Green fires up for three. Overcooks the triple.
London doing a good job of switching defenses, not giving them any opportunities, really shutting them down with that.
Grantham, extra pass. Taylor wide open for three. Offensive rebound by Morgan. Sharma almost got another offensive rebound there.
That was a wide open look that they didn't make, and then Morgan had a really good opportunity around the rim. And, you know, we talked about how the Lions had played last night, a hard-fought Euro Cup game. Could we see a little bit of fatigue here in the second half?
Well, they do have plenty of players to rotate in. Of course, a busy schedule for the London Lions. We spoke about it in the build-up to this game, but in all competitions, playing almost double the number of games that Sheffield Sharks have played this season. Here's Pipkins looking for Nichols inside. He's posting up on Nelson. It's going to be a foul called.
That's where, you know, Nichols gets the mismatch with Nelson. They have to come over and double. And Nichols can be really tough when he goes up against a guard. Sheffield got to do a better job there in the double team of getting it out to that three-point line, maybe getting a good look.
Well, Dante Grantham now up to a double-double in this third quarter. 18 points, 10 rebounds. It's been a near-perfect game for him so far tonight.
Nice out-of-bounds play from the Sharks. We've seen a couple of them from them tonight. That time Pipkins with a nice mid-range jumper.
Here's Sharma backing down, able to draw the foul on Delpesh. And Josh Sharma, we hadn't seen too much of him in the first half. He picked up those 3 early fouls, but rewarded with a trip to the free throw line here.
Yeah, not a guy that posts up a lot, usually a roll man to the rim, but that time used some pretty good footwork to draw the foul.
And that's the thing with this London Lions team. I mean, you've got Gabe Olaseni, you've got different options at the big. I mean, you know, Sharma's more of a rolling kind of big man. You've got Gabe that can post up the ball, and, you know, you've got shooters on the wings as well. It's sort of pick your poison with London Lions.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they are stacked at every position, and what I like about their roster is they can change up if they need to. If they need to play a quicker games, you know, smaller lineup, they can go really big. We've seen Grantham at the 3 at times, so they have a lot of options.
Pipkins splits the defense, ends up turning it over. Here's Morgan. Delpesh looks to take the charge, and now Sharks get it back. Nichols open for 3. Can't get it to go. Ball ends up with Sandy. Nice pass inside, and Morgan puts it in.
Good patience from Sharma there. He could have forced that shot, but he didn't. He saw the 6'9" Connor Morgan to the basket for 2.
Ratinho for 3. He can't convert, and Sheffield's three-point struggles continue.
Good rebound there from Connor Morgan. Underrated part of his game. Can get to the glass on both ends.
Here's Jordan Taylor driving left. Takes the foul. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two.
And that time Sheffield was trying to force him away from the screen, but Del Pes wasn't there. So see here, look, Pipkin forces him away from the screen. But if you're going to force him away from the screen, you're going to need your big man to be there. And Taylor, the smart player he is, sees he's not there and says, hey, I'll drive that to the basket and draw the foul.
Well, Jordan Taylor, of course, one of our broadcast colleagues in the British Basketball League studios this season. He's averaging just under 8 points per game, 5 assists in the British Basketball League this season.
Really not a guy, a numbers guy. He's a leader out there on the floor. And what we've seen from him is he steps up to make the big play when needed. You know, he's not a guy that's aggressive all game, but when the chips are down, you know, when they're in trouble, and it doesn't have to always be the last second shots. We've seen that with him. But throughout the game, he does a really good job of reading what the team needs.
Well, he will be on Sky Sports for our game of the week tomorrow night. Newcastle versus Caledonia. 7:45 tip-off, coverage starting from 7:30 p.m. An offensive foul called against the Sheffield Sharks, so London will get it back.
Ramsey went away from the screen there. He just had, you know, used that quick first step. He's disappointed with the call. It looked like he might have just used that off arm. We've seen some guards in this league do that. Just use that off arm enough to create space.
Now that's his 4th personal foul, so we will likely not see him until late in the 4th quarter. Timeout's been called on the floor, and we have seen some plenty of action in the league. But don't forget, the British Basketball League All-Star Game is coming up in March.
The game of basketball requires a high level of concentration, advanced physical skills, and a deep knowledge of strategy. It's also an unbeatable fan.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nothing beats unbeatable basketball.
Get it, boys.
Nothing beats high-flying dunks. Nothing beats three-pointer from deep. Wow! Woo. Nice. Nothing beats selecting your favourite players from the north and south. Nothing beats the best basketball entertainment. Watching the UK's best ballers, the sickest skills in the UK. It's the All-Star Game, baby. Unbeatable All-Stars, March 17th, London Copper Box. Woo!
Yep, don't forget March 17th, the British Basketball League All-Star Game returns. And Rob, I remember you would have been around the league when they had the All-Star Game back in your time playing, during your playing career. Exciting to see it return.
Yeah, looking forward to it. You know, when you look at the All-Star Game, we have a lot of talented players in this league that can certainly put on a show for the crowd. It'll be interesting to see who the coaches pick when they get an opportunity to make their selections. But for me, as you know, guy who's watched All-Star games for so many years, I'd love to see a nice competitive one. Let's go after it out there and see, you know, who could get the W on the day.
Well, there is still time to make your All-Star picks. You can head to the British Basketball League website. You can select, have your say in who makes the starters for both Team North and Team South. And you see all the information there. The deadline is February 15th is when voting closes. The game is on March 17th. If you want to go check it out, you can still buy tickets over at the British Basketball League website. It's right here at the Copper Box on March 17th. Well, back underway. 20-point lead for the London Lions. Nelson kicks it out to Morgan. Morgan for three, knocks it down.
What a pass. You know, Nelson is so good at that. You know, making passes on the run. Put it right on time for Morgan. And when he has that time, he knocks it down.
Well, the hot three-point shooting continues for London. They're shooting 55% as a team from downtown. Nichols spins in the lane. Can't get the finish to go. Good defense by London. Sandy. Morgan ends up on the deck. Quickly back to his feet, though.
Locked up to Sharma, who jams it in. Well, that's the second pass in a row from Nelson. First time to Connor Morgan for 3. That time for Sharma, and he throws it down hard. Watch again. Perfect timing. Boom. Sharma back on the floor.
Showtime Sharma at the Copper Box Arena. And Luke Nelson just putting it on a plate for him. And Sharma says thank you very much. And how many times have we seen that in the British Basketball League this season from them?
Yeah, no doubt. And I think when you look at Nelson, everybody knows he can hit the three-point shot, but he really makes great passes, especially lob passes. I think, you know, when you look at the lob passes to Sharma, a lot of them are from Nelson. And, you know, he's really settled in with the Lions, you know, sometimes starting, sometimes coming off the bench, but certainly gives them that experience in the backcourt to make plays like that.
Well, it is his second season with the London Lions. And of course, plenty of British talent on this roster. Even Sharma has eligibility to be selected for the GB national team. And of course, with the qualifying window coming up at the end of the month, I'm sure some of these London Lions players in particular will be looking to impress the coaching staff.
Yeah, you know, a lot of them have experience. It'll be interesting to see, you know, which direction they go in with the roster. There are certainly some other players in the league, you know, that maybe haven't played on that team before. Aaron Rye, for instance, does he get an opportunity? We've seen how good he's been this year. So it'll be interesting. Looking forward to seeing who the selection, you know, what team is selected, and a lot of talent with the GB team.
Screen comes from Delpesh. Pipkins. Delpesh rolling to the basket. And it trickles out of bounds for a London ball.
Oh, you got to have that if you're Delpesh. Good pass from Pipkins. Good play run on the timeout. You can draw it up on the board, but you got to catch it underneath the basket. And that time, Delpesh let his team down by dropping that one.
Well, the lead is out to 25. It's their biggest lead of the game for the London Lions. Around 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Sharma for 3. Why not? Knocks it down. We don't see him shoot the 3 very often.
Wow, that was a great play from Taylor. He saw him come up. He saw that was going to be open. And Sharma didn't even hesitate to knock it down. A lot of smiles on the bench.
We've got fourth quarter action coming up for you after the break. Welcome back to the Copper Box, and at the end of the third quarter, Josh Sharma draining the three. We don't see that very often at all, Coach Rob.
No, we don't, but he is now 5 for 7 in league play from 3. He was 1 for 1 in the trophy competition, so maybe we should see that more.
Why not? They've got a big lead at home, the London Lions. It's their biggest lead of the game at 28 points. Here's Nichols to start the fourth. Driving baseline, puts it up and in.
Nice recognition from Nichols. There was no help behind. He saw that. Blew past him for 2.
Of course, both of these teams, they meet each other once again on Sunday. Good ball movement from the London Lions. Quealy. Dante Grantham puts it in.
Nice finish there. I thought the Olaseni, again, he hasn't really been aggressive looking to score it all today, but he's finding nice areas in the middle to break down the defense, pass it out, and then the good ball movement results for an easy 2 for Grantham. It's certainly something to watch, Olaseni's ability to find areas where he can be a playmaker.
Certainly has great off-ball movement when he gets in that high post position. Eitelrock puts it on the floor. Ball into Green. It's going to be a travelling violation, I believe. And Rob Paternoster, Leicester Riders head coach, alongside me. Important for Sheffield to finish this game strong, because of course they face again on Sunday.
Yeah, now you can work on some stuff here. Obviously, it looks like the game's too far for them right now. But yeah, you're looking for momentum going into Sunday. Find something that you can utilize when you take the floor against them again.
Here's Grantham again. Mid-range 2 off the mark. Rebound ends up with Cook. Glasgow drives middle, floats it up and in.
Like that little running hook from Rodney. He's a guy that can get going. He likes that mid-range jumper, and sometimes he can float it up for 2.
Here's Grantham out to Phillip. Phillip is wide open for 3. Can't get it to go that time.
Yeah, again, in that matchup zone, they forgot about Phillip. We've seen that happen before.
Glasgow settles for a mid-range 2 off the back iron. Here's Tariq Phillip. He's got a mismatch with Cook on him. They switch back. Phillip puts it up. No good, but chases down the offensive rebound. Ball out to Quealy. He drives inside. Nice pass, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
Nice shot from Rodney Glasgow. You're down heavy numbers here, but you're still drawing charges. That's what you like to see if you're Coach Lions. Here, Quealy, they ran at him, and he takes the charge. Good call. Offensive foul.
Well, inside the final 8 minutes of this one. It's a healthy lead for the London Lions on their home court. Here's Green. Eitelrock takes the screen from Green. Cook hands off with Glasgow. Ball into Cook. Bennett Cook puts it up. Able to draw the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Nice pass there. Quealy came over to try to draw the charge, but he's in that circle, I think. If you're in that circle, it's going to be called the other way. Watch again. Let's see. That's what the referee said. Is he out? It's tough to tell there. Maybe he was still moving as well.
Now, Bennett Cook, of course, fan favourite with the Sheffield Sharks faithful. He's a long-term player with the club. And, at the foul line right now, shooting 2. First one is good for him. Cook averaged 10.7 rebounds per game last season, and he misses the second foul shot. Here's Tariq Phillip. Guided by Eitelrock, now finds Olaseni. Grantham, back top to Phillip. Shot clock down to 10. Good ball movement here from London. Phillip, step back for 3. No good that time, the rebound tipped to the hands of Green. Green calling for it down low. Glasgow again settles for that mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. 7 minutes to go in this one. Quealy. Oh, what a block from Bennett Cook. And he just says no.
And Quealy, we know he can be athletic around the basket. That's his game, getting to the rim. But Bennett did a good job. A left-handed block there. Let's watch again. Quealy, we see him going. Let's see. Lefty. Knock it straight down.
Screen from Olasheni. Again, good in and out play from London Lions. Rebound ends up with the Sharks, though.
It's almost looking like Olashini's going for assists tonight. You know, he's had that ball in the paint. He's looking for 10 assists. He's passed up a lot of open looks.
Glasgow, his three can't convert. And again, Sheffield Sharks struggle from the three-point line.
0 shot attempts tonight for Olasini. He hasn't taken a shot yet.
Morgan, his mid-range two is off. Ball last touched, and it will go back to the Sharks.
Tough when you have a big lead like this to keep it going, especially, you know, with all the games they've played. You can see them, you know, kind of limp it to the finish line here. Not the same explosion that they had early in the game, but still with a huge lead.
Of course, they had that double winning weekend when they returned to league play last week. It's off the back of that disappointing trophy final performance for the London Lions as Bennett Cook gets it to go. And now bouncing back with what will be their third straight win in league play. I'm sure Coach will be very pleased with that, the way they bounced back from that performance.
Yeah, no question about it. I think, you know, nice drive there. And I think last week showed that they were, you know, disappointed in that win. They wanted to come out with a big win in Newcastle and show that they were going to get right back on track.
They picked up wins against Newcastle and Plymouth last weekend. Then, of course, 2 games against the Sheffield Sharks this week for them. They had that Euro Cup game here last night at the Copper Box Arena. They fell short in that by 5. So it does confirm their 3rd seed in the Euro Cup playoffs. And it's important for them to, you know, they want to be playing their best basketball come playoff time.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, the schedule will start to slow down for them. When you look at it, they're way ahead of a lot of teams in this league. So, you know, they won't have that many games coming in. It'll be probably strange for them. Maybe they'll practice a little bit. And, you know, when you play all these European games, and I played a season where we played up to, I don't know, 65, 70 games for the Birmingham Bullets way back when, you never practice. I mean, you're just walking through stuff, so you don't really get a chance to work on a lot. And it looks like with their schedule, Quealy hits the 3, they will be able to, when the season's coming to a close, to get in maybe a better practice rhythm.
Here's Green. Now finds Kipper Nichols. Little Rock calling for it inside. He's got Morgan on him. Fakes it into the hands of Bennett Cook, who throws it down with a one hand.
What a fake! Sharma jumping out of the gym on that one. And Cook finishes for 2.
Oh! What a dunk that would have been! As Phillip blows the one-hander. And Green looking to go coast to coast, just forgot the ball there.
Yeah, good play from Sandy there to knock it off the Sharks. But tough miss from Phillip.
Timeout called on the floor. We'll have the end of this one right after the break. Welcome back to Thursday Night Hoops in the British Basketball League. I'm sure Coach Bosic will be very happy with his team's performance tonight, Coach.
Yeah,
Rob.
no doubt about it. Coming off a tough game last night, you know, see what kind of energy they had. You know, really, you see the smiles over there. It's been one of those nights for them where they've been in complete control from start to finish, in my estimation. Matchup zone again.
Bradley Caboza into the game for the first time. Quealy fires up for three, can't get it to go. Here comes Rodney Glasgow the other way. Cook. Eitelrock looking for it inside, ends up with Nichols. Now down low to Cook, double team comes. Skip pass, Glasgow, shot clock down to 6. Eitelrock for the baseline 3. He can't get it to go.
Good defense there from the Lions, you know, big lead and all. They're still rotating and making it difficult for the Sharks to get anything.
Nice pass from Luke Nelson into Sharma. Just draws the foul in the end.
Sharma wanted to go up and hammer that one. And Green said, no way, just grabbed him.
We've seen them work that two-man game once already tonight. Well, it's going to be Nelson to inbound from the baseline. Here's Caboza. Nelson has got a mismatch with Cook on him. Steps out for 3, is short. Rebound chased out by Eitelrock. Inside 4 minutes to go in this one. London Lions with a healthy lead at home. Cook finds Eitelrock back inside to Cook. Here's Glasgow for the open 3. He splashes it.
A nice ball movement that side, inside out. And, you know, they needed that 3-point shot. We've talked about their struggles from 3. That's the 4th one, I believe, on the night for them. Only 3 last week against Surrey.
Caboza looking for Sharma inside, can't get it through to him. Another 3-ball on the way. Glasgow's shot no good, but he is fouled. And 3 free throws coming up for Rodney Glasgow Jr.
You like to see him be aggressive after making the last one. Why not? Just let it rip from 3. Glasgow is a guy that can make the 3-point shot, but more comfortable a lot of times with the mid-range too.
Well, a timeout's been called on the floor, and here you see that replay of the foul from Caboza. And of course, Coach Rob, I mean, Sheffield Sharks, they're in a hole here, but they do face the London Lions again on Sunday afternoon. A chance for them to maybe try a few different things, make some adjustments going into that one.
Yeah, certainly, and I think, you know, home crowd too. You know, you get the home crowd. Sure, they got a nice new venue up there. Been up there once already this season. Really enjoyed it up there. I think it'll be rocking anytime the Lions come in town. You know, the crowds come out. So you're gonna have to, you know, get back home, you know, have a couple practices here, and then get ready for Sunday, and you know, start better. You know, you can't go down in such a big hole with the Lions. You got to stay in the game somehow. But when you look at the Sharks, they've been a much better team at home.
Well, a quick reminder, that game on Sunday is a whole slate of games going on this weekend. Of course, Rob, you're in action tomorrow night at home against the Plymouth City Patriots. How's preparations going for that one?
Good week, yeah. I had a good win last Saturday at Surrey, and yeah, really happy with the guys. And, you know, obviously this league is a challenge night in and night out. We got 2 this weekend. You know, it's Friday, tomorrow against Plymouth at home, and then we head on the road to Caledonia on Sunday, just like a lot of teams. You know, we talked about it before, a real busy weekend of basketball, and I think when you look at the table in the league, you know, from 4 on down there to 7, it's tight, you know, really tight, and I think that you know, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns as the season goes on.
With so many games going on this weekend in the league, you speak about those 4 teams sitting on 11 wins right now. There could be a lot of movement by this time on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that, you know, as the league comes to an end here into April, I think you will see a lot of movement. I think, you know, a lot of these teams, and especially home games, a lot of teams play really well at home. And it's the teams that can go out on the road and get the W's, you know, that'll jump up the table.
We are in the business end of the British Basketball League season. Playoffs right around the corner, coming up in May. Here's Sharma. Hands off with Nelson. Fires up the 3 ball, is short. Eitelrock to the basket, can't get it to go. Rebound Sharma. Nelson, nice pass, and Sandy finishes.
Yeah, great quickness there from Nelson. Little burst of speed to open up the floor and find Sandy for 2.
Britinho.
23-5, and we saw that grab it. 23-5 in fast break points for London.
Yeah, they really have run the floor tonight, and considering they had a game last night as well, really is great to see. Kaboza gets it to go and count it.
That's what Kaboza can't do. He's really direct to the basket, has confidence at taking it to the hoop and finishing. And here you see a little burst there, hang in the air, and finish for 2. And wipes the arm off. I like that little celebration. We haven't seen that one yet. Little celebration.
Well, of course, Kaboza hasn't had too many minutes this season. He had a lot of minutes in the trophy game down in Bristol towards the back end of their group stage of the competition. Certainly a promising young prospect for this London Lions team.
Yeah, another guy that has an opportunity to learn from some great pros over there, too.
Delpesh. Britinho calling for it inside. Hipkins now guarded by Sharma. Nichols lobs it into Delpesh, who throws it down with 2 hands.
Thank you very much, says Delpesh. I'll take that one. I dropped the last one, but not this one. Throws it down for 2. Nice pass from Nichols.
Here is Kaboza, guarded by Eitelrock. Sharma hands off with Nelson, looking inside, but ends up turning it over. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity, and Eitelrock gets it to go off the glass.
Nelson tried to throw the between the legs pass to Sharma. Little showtime that was intercepted, and Sheffield takes it down for 2.
Kaboza does well to draw the foul. Really making the most of his minutes at the end of this game.
Get him up. You know, you get in the game last few minutes, stay aggressive.
Out here you see that Marcus Delpesh dunk. Certainly textbook Delpesh. Seen both the twins in the British Basketball League season. That's what they do for a living, catching lobs and finishing alley-oops.
Certainly aggressive and strong around the basket. Peter Bozic, you know, how many games this guy has seen up and down all over the world so far this season. Robert Youngblood, former British Basketball League great player, played for me, Robert Youngblood, when he was older than me, actually, I think. But I played against him as well. He was a great player back in the day. Physical, tough player.
Well, there'll certainly be a happy coaching staff tonight. Big lead at home against the Sheffield Sharks. Double team comes from London. And it's going to be a foul called on Kareem Queeley.
Little run and jump to try to cause the trap. London, Nelson running over.
It's going to send Nichols to the line to shoot 2 here. Lions are in the penalty.
You look at Nichols, you know, came off the bench tonight for the Sharks.
First one is good for Kipper Nichols.
Had a pretty good night tonight. I am for 17 after that free throw. So, you know, that would be a, you know, nice scoring punch to have off the bench for the Sharks.
He knocks down the second and gets Sheffield's tally up to 69. Talk about Kipper Nichols with 18 points now. But not much support from the surrounding cast as well.
Yeah, you know, first half, not much on the board. Second half, not much aboard. You know, you look at that three-point line, only 4 threes made on the evening.
Of course, Apprentice Nixon out tonight as well. I mean, he's one of the key guys that's been real firepower on the offensive end. And you sort of feel like you'd like to see the teammates step up in his absence, but we haven't quite seen that tonight, Rob.
Yeah, well, we missed Nixon tonight. He's a guy that can certainly get hot at the three-point line. Also a really good defender, too, on-ball defender. So they certainly missed him. Be interesting to see if he's back for the game on Sunday and what type of difference he can make.
Kaboza's 3, no good. Rebound ends up with Eitelrock. Sheffield Sharks have done well to shave this lead down here a little bit. It's going to be a foul called against Kaboza.
Yeah, Yeah, if you're on the Lions now, stop fouling. You know, let this game run out. A lot of fouls here at the end. And what do you think of these orange uniforms? What do you think of those?
Well, we saw them debuted in the British Basketball League Trophy Final, didn't we? Final Four weekend. Certainly a different look for this London Lions team.
I didn't see that coming, I'll tell you that.
Well, Rob, it's that part of the game where I've got to ask you to pick your player of the game, and I think I know where this one's going.
Yeah, Dante Grantham for me. I thought the way he started the game really set the tone for them. He was efficient. You know, he knocked down the three. Also does so many little things on the court to help his team win. What an addition to the British Basketball League he has been.
Sandy's corner three ball no good, and the rebound ends up with Sheffield. Big double-double for Dante Grantham.
20 and 10, didn't even look like he broke a sweat for that either. You know, not many minutes from him tonight, and it's just so efficient out there.
Ball into Sharma, now here's Queeley.
Only 20 minutes for Grantham.
Nelson, I think he was looking for the lob there for Sharma. And ends up throwing it out of bounds.
A little too quick for Sharma there. Nelson wanted him to kind of wrap it around and reverse it. Sharma's like, hey, take it easy, man. You know, that's a tough one to handle.
Well, shot clock is turned off here, so Sheffield will wind this one down. So 14-point lead in the end for London Lions. They'll go for the last possession here as well. Pipkins fires up for three, knocks it down. And that will do it here at the Copper Box Arena in London. The London Lions picking up their 10th straight win in the British Basketball League with a big win over the Sheffield Sharks. They strengthen their place at the top of the British Basketball League standings.
Real professional performance from them. I thought the ball movement in the first half was exceptional to give them that big lead, and they were able to do enough in the second half to hold on to beat the Sharks.
And they improved to 25-3 now in the British Basketball League standings, well clear of second place in the table.
Yeah, you look at this league, obviously they have so much talent, but that's tough to do, to continue to win like that. But when you watch them play, you see how unselfish they are as well, and that's what I liked watching tonight with that team. The ball movement is excellent. It doesn't matter if you've taken a lot of shots or not, you still move it and make the right play.
And there you see London Lions players gathering in a huddle there. It's been a real change of focus since their trophy final defeat, and they managed to bounce back with up to 3 wins now in league play.
Yeah, great bounce back. That had to be a difficult loss to Cheshire, you know, in that trophy final. Give Cheshire credit for having a great day that day. But these guys are pros, and they come back, and that's what they do for a living. They play basketball games. We talked about how many games they played, so great bounce back, looking as strong as ever.
Looking at the other end of the court for Sheffield, it's their 8th straight away defeat now for them. Back to the drawing board for Coach Atiba Lions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously coming down here was going to be difficult. They had the travel problems too, so this is going to be a tough one. It did, you know, second half, fourth quarter play a little bit better, so going into Sunday, you know, they could look at that, but obviously it's going to be great for them to get back home.
And these teams, of course, they do it all over again on Sunday, so a chance for him to make a few adjustments ahead of that one.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what they will do now. They'll take a look at the videotape, and I think, you know, with their players will have to come out and don't get down early to this Lions team. You know, come out strong early, you know, stay in the game with that home crowd.
Well, our game MVP, Dante Grantham, joins us down courtside. Dante, congratulations on the win. How were your team able to come away with this one tonight?
We just stayed together. You know, we had a big game last night, so guys came in focused and ready to play, and we played well.
Dante, Rob Paternostro here. I thought you came out aggressive early. Was that the game plan? You let it rip right from the start.
Yeah, I mean, we just got so many scores on the team, so, like, if the game comes to me, I mean, I'm going to let it rip. So it was just my night tonight.
You were really able to take over the game tonight. You were near perfect from the field. What did Coach say to you guys coming into tonight's game?
Play hard, man. You know, everything takes care of itself when you come in and play hard. And like I said in another interview, man, we got something to prove. So appreciate it.
Dante, you're playing them again Sunday. So, you know, quick turnaround here, almost like a playoff type series. You know, you expect a little different team on Sunday?
Yeah, for sure. You know, playing a team back-to-back is hard to do. And it's good for us because, you know, we got Euro Cup coming up. So if we advance, we play the best of 3 with the team. So it's good practice for Euro Cup coming up.
Well, Dante, congratulations on the win and best of luck in your rematch against Sheffield on Sunday.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, boy, where the hoop, boy, yeah. Well, Jordan Taylor's having fun out there, and London Lions with a big win at home over the Sheffield Sharks. Here's a look at the stats from tonight's game. We spoke about the 3-point field goal percentage. It dropped off a bit in the second half, but still 43%. It's a great chip tonight.
Yeah, they shot it well, and just we talked about the ball movement was great, and made the free throws. You look at the Sharks, and that's one area they can get better. Obviously, 12 for 22 from the free throw line, left 10 out there. 23 assists for the Lions. Moving the ball side to side, finding great looks all night.
Well, let's take a look at the story of the second half. And London, they built that big lead in the first half. It was all about not taking their foot off the gas, and they were able to knock down 3 after 3. Everyone getting involved, even the bigs out there as well.
Yeah, and I think, when you look at it, I thought Olaseni, even though he didn't score tonight, he was excellent at distributing the ball. They found him in the middle of the lane a lot, and there's that man, Grantham. You give him that time, he will knock it down. And a great pass there from Nelson to Morgan. Everything working for the Lions.
3 Lions finishing in double figures. Conor Morgan, 14 points off the bench. Tariq Phillip with 12 points and 7 rebounds as well. He really pulled the strings out there for them.
Yeah, and I think that, look at Sharman here hitting the 3. And I think it was important for them to come back after last night and get going early, and they did that. And I thought, the Sharks hung around a little bit in the second half, maybe, had a chance to cut it maybe to single digits at one point. But this 2 strong London Lions were able to hold on and get the W that they needed.
Well, it is a big win at home for the London Lions. They've come out on top, 84 points to 73. Over the Sheffield Sharks in the first of 2 games in 4 days between these 2 teams. We've got Coach Petar Bozic joining us down courtside. Coach, congratulations on the win. A very professional display from your team tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Great approach, despite that this was back-to-back game. So we set it on early on, and we kept that lead throughout the whole game.
Petar, Rob Paternostro here. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you.
Talk to me about Dante Grantham here. This guy's an exceptional player. He came out on fire tonight. What have you seen from him this season?
His intensity, it's, physicality, defense, offense, rebounding, all those things. Yes, he hit some threes tonight. That's bonus, that's great. He can do that as well. But for all the hustle plays that he gives to this team, it's extremely valuable.
And the games come thick and fast. Of course, you do it all over again against Sheffield Sharks on Sunday.
Yeah, it's quick turnaround. We might join them with the bus ride tonight. So,
Coach, you get a chance to practice this weekend a little bit? I know you haven't had a lot of practice time.
I don't know. I don't know what's practice anymore, honestly. Yeah, there's just games, which players love. Yeah, hopefully we're going to have some time to practice in the next few weeks.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win and best of luck on Sunday as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Well, here's a look at the fixtures and results from the weekend so far. There's confirmation of tonight's result. The London Lions with a big win over the Sheffield Sharks at home. Of course, they do it all over again on Sunday. 2 games coming up for you on Friday as Rob Paternostro's side host the Plymouth City Patriots and the Newcastle Eagles host the Caledonia Gladiators in our Game of the Week on Sky Sports and your local networks in the USA. Surrey Scorchers take on Plymouth City Patriots, and the Flyers host the Cheshire Phoenix in a Saturday doubleheader. And then on Sunday, 3 games coming up for you. The Giants host the Eagles, the Flyers host the Scorchers, and the Caledonia Gladiators round out the weekend against Rob Paternostro's Leicester Riders. Here's a look at what tonight's result does to the league standings. The London Lions continuing their dominance at the top of the table, but Sheffield now down to 6th in the league standings after falling below 500 with defeat here tonight. And Coach, with all those games coming up, it could be any team finishing everywhere with the 4 teams on 11 wins right now.
Should be exciting to watch. And when you look at Sheffield, they have a chance Sunday to come back at home and play better. And I think, next 2 days will be very important for them in practice.
Final thoughts from you. A big win from London Lions here tonight.
It's going to be hard to see anybody get near them. They are really tough to stop. When they have all their players out there, they are a machine.
Great stuff. Well, Rob, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and thank you to you at home for tuning in. Don't forget to join our game of the week tomorrow night between Caledonia Gladiators and the Newcastle Eagles. But for now, he's Rob Palanostro, and I'm Joel Osborne, saying so long, and we'll see you next time.